impromptu communicator speech number 4. It is titled, My Life as a Liverpool Fan, and will be for 5 to 7 minutes.
What in the hell is Liverpool? Is it a pool filled with livers? That's disgusting. No, that is not what that is. Is Liverpool a city in England that essentially was a major player in the early Industrial Revolution? Yes, but more importantly, it is home to a football club that was founded in 1892. I was first introduced to this club by our own president, Tyler Chan, who was my suite mate at the time. I did not know anything about soccer. If you ask me who Ronaldo was, I've heard of him. Messi, sure. Beckham? Are we talking about Posh Spice from the Spice Girls? Victoria Beckham? She plays soccer now? That's great. Oh, David Beckham. Gotcha. As you all can tell, I did not know much about soccer. I just didn't watch it before, but Tyler introduced me to a new sport. However, I just wasn't a true fan. I just looked at a soccer match for maybe the first couple of minutes. Afterwards, I just went on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, didn't care at all about the rest of the 8 minutes for the rest of the match. Tyler, however, kept trying to brag about how great Liverpool is, and I just couldn't connect until one day, one goal that changed me and transformed myself from a bystander to an active participant. This goal was against a team, a well-known team, named Arsenal.
And again, taking that it's after the selected. Pulls it to Bellerin, it's a 1-on-1. Mohamed Salah has got some ball from Mane. Salah is to make it pretty easy as that kind of ball.
Who is that man? The speed, the strength, the skill, and the stamina. That caught my attention. I found out his name was Mohamed Salah, an individual who just became a Liverpool player over the summer. He instantly became a personal favorite of mine. As he joined Liverpool, I felt a personal connection on being a new Liverpool fan. And seeing him score goal after goal after goal made me a better fan in general. But there was one more goal that transformed me even further as a Liverpool fan. This goal was against a team that had a 13-game winning streak. No one thought that we could beat Manchester City. It was the classic David and Goliath story. Goliath in this case being Manchester City, first place in the league, 12 points ahead of every other team overall. Liverpool, what team is this? They think they can go above and beyond and beat Manchester City? All of the pundits believed that this would be a 4-0 game in favor of Manchester City. However, this goal shocked everyone.
Ronaldo to defension. Salah, a lot of ball that could have been, but it's well spotted. And it's a bit into the line. And here's the chip
I screamed when that happened. We won that game 4-3. My mom ran. She wondered, Banu, are you okay? Is everything all right? I responded, yes, Mommy. I was fine physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, I was shaken to the core. I could not believe what I had just saw. I realized that Salah was essentially Daddy. He gave us what we needed as fans. He provided for us. He allowed us to go above and beyond. I not only became just a regular fan, but now a super fan, willing to defend Liverpool to the death, no matter what criticism faced them. We were ready to face any other opponent in the league. Next week, after that Manchester City game, we essentially faced Swansea City. This team was in 20th place for the league. We thought to ourselves, this should be an easy game. We had as much momentum as a team leading 28-3 during the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots. Should be an overall easy match. 45th minute passed by in the Swansea game. They scored 1 goal. It shouldn't be that difficult. We'll score 4 to 5. Swansea's okay. They're nobody. 50th minute passed by. 60th minute passed by. 70th minute passed by. 80th, 90th. End of regulation. 4 extra minutes added on to the time. 91st minute. 92nd minute. 93rd minute. 94th minute. Last minute. Swansea won the game 1-0. Did I mention that we only have 20 teams in the league? Swansea was 20th place. We lost against the last place team. It's like getting an A on a calculus test, but the next day failing a basic addition and subtraction test with a calculator. How the hell does that happen? It makes no sense at all. And it was essentially a moment of desperation. Should we fire our manager? What type of fans are we? What is our future? It was certainly a low point as a Liverpool fan. But overall, I realized that there will be highs and lows in life. Sure, we won against Man City as a high. And sure, we lost to Swansea as a low. But overall, we have to cherish both the highs and lows, because one year it will be our year. We have to understand that there are other tournaments such as Champions League, FA Cup, and other ways to certainly extend and become a better Liverpool fan. As our team song states, you'll never walk alone. Thank you all.
Thank you, Bhanodai, for teaching us about Liverpool. Please take about 30 seconds to fill out your feedback slips for speaker 1 and drop it in the black box. Also, a good rule of thumb for your feedback is to generally include at least one positive element and one negative criticism.
What's if there is no negative?
I'm sorry?
What if there is no negative?
What if there is no negative?
Stop. No longer. So you're my number 1.
Okay, here's another fun fact. Figure skating and ice hockey used to be included in the Summer Olympics. Alright, our next speaker is Zack Varghese, who will be speaking from the Humorously Speaking manual. His speech is titled Where Are You From? It will be 5 to 7 minutes. Please welcome up.
Alright, 2 drink minimum. Get out there and go to the bar. Just kidding. Okay, so, first question on a humorous speech. Raise your hand if you're a minority. I know it's not a start to a humorous speech, but, get over it. Next question. If you're a minority, have you ever been asked the question, where are you from? Where are you from? Yeah. And then usually, always, right after that, that next question is, no, but where are your parents from? Thinking they'll get the actual answer they want after asking that. It's a frustrating thing, because I answered the same question, Swanee, Georgia, and they always get ticked at me, like, you're dodging the question. No, I'm completely correct. We're both from Swanee, Georgia. I just moved here to go for an education. But before going on to how to correctly ask that question, and how to correctly answer that question, let me tell you a story. Once I was going out to a Sprint store to buy my own phone, and on the way out, I walked out of the store, And before I could open it, a Hispanic older man opened the door for me. He held it and then watched me as I walked by. I didn't say thank you because I was in a rush. I know it's a jerk move, but I just walked out. And then he berated me, yelling in Spanish as fast as his mouth could move. I was surprised he can speak that fast. And it's weird because I'm not Hispanic. I don't know Spanish. And he's yelling at me for 5 minutes straight, just like all this stuff that I have no idea that he's saying. I think I heard him say, "You're a jerk" in Spanish, but that's about it. And I'm surprised I didn't even recognize that. But I just stared at him blankly. And before telling you what I told him after that, let me tell you what you should do when confronted with the question of, where are you from? Well, the answer isn't being offended. Because honestly, you're not going to have fun with that, the other person's not going to have fun with that. No one's going to have fun if you're offended at that joke. It's just going to be awkward when you walk away and are in an angry mood. So what you need to do is have fun with it. There is so many times where someone asks me, "Where are you from?" "Oh, I'm from Swanee." "No, but where are you from really?" "Oh, I moved to Swanee from Elmont, New York." I know I give New York vibes off, I'm sorry. And then just like, "No, where are your parents from?" "Well, they traveled with me from Elmont to Swanee, so I guess Elmont too." "No, but like, where is your parents really from?" And I always answer the same thing because I know they have no idea where the city is. I say, "They're from Kerala." "Where's that?" Oh, you mean India? Oh. And they were so frustrated at that point, they just cussed me out. So I'm like, if you want to ask that roundabout way to get to the answer of, "I'm from India," just ask me. This is the question that you need to ask me. "What ethnicity are you?" "I'm Indian." Or if I even ask Tyler, "What ethnicity are you?" And he'll say Asian. Right? And he'll give me the joke answer, Asian. I'm like, oh, now I have to figure out, are you Chinese? Are you Japanese? Are you Korean? Are you Vietnamese? I don't know what you are. And then I ask him, "What country?" And he can't answer, unless he wants to lie to me for some reason, that's stupid, but he'll answer with the right question, or answer. That's what you need to do. Ethnicity, country, done. Answer. But if you ask anything else, please answer it with a fun answer. Because honestly, the person asking the question will be super pissed at you, but you'll have a fun time. So, when this happens, when you're answering all this stuff, and you're running into this thing where you're answering with all this fun stuff, you're getting a bunch of people that are offended with you, you have to realize you're only here to have fun. Getting offended doesn't do anything for you. It's just a reason for you to get ticked off. So when I ran into this thing, I could have responded with, "Hey, I'm not Hispanic, I'm not Mexican, I don't speak Spanish." I could get mad at him back, and just got a huge argument with him in front of that Sprint store, which honestly wouldn't be fun for me, him, or the Sprint store. But instead, I responded to him with a simple answer: "Está en Estados Unidos, habla inglés," which means you're in the United States, speak English. And then I saw him going from an angry face, a super angry face, because I demanded him speak English, and that's something you never want to say to a person that's Hispanic. I saw him going from a super angry face to a very confused face when my very Indian-looking dad walked out of the store behind me, and then we both walked to our car. Thank you.
Thank you, Zach. I know a lot of us can relate to that story. Take the next 30 seconds to fill out your feedback slip. for Zack. So our next fun fact is that the Winter Olympics wasn't created until 1924, which was almost 30 years after the creation of the first Summer Olympics, which was in 1896. And the first ever gold medal awarded in the Winter Olympic Games went to the American speed skater. Go USA. Our final speaker for today is Jessica Parks, who will be presenting a roast from the Special Occasions menu. The purpose of the roast is to make fun of another person. Today, she will make fun of our VP of Public Relations, Zack Varghese. She is doing a sales demo of a fictitious manual that teaches people how to speak like Zack. Please welcome Jessica Parks to the stage.
Well, welcome everyone. I'm so excited to present the new Zack Master manual to you guys. I was chosen by Toastmasters to present this manual because I am a certified Zack Master. Now, I'm sure everybody in here is wondering, what exactly is the Zack Master full manual? I'm glad you asked, Sarena, because the only way you can become a better public speaker, yes, the only way you can become a better public speaker is to copy the exact mannerisms of UGA's Toastmasters best public speaker, the notorious all Toastmasterful Zack.
Amen.
So, I'm going to demonstrate to you guys some of the features of this manual so that you guys will buy it. Now, I don't have it here today because, this book contains all the secrets to, life, but I will mail it to you. First thing I want to demonstrate to you is how to dress like the notorious all Toastmasterful Zack. Now, you probably noticed that the notorious all Toastmasterful Zack always wears a suit. I mean, just look at him, like always some type of business, professional, casual dress, whatever. Now, you're probably thinking, gee, I don't have that kind of money to buy a $2,000 Armani suit, but you know what? You kind of have to. There's 5 speeches in this book, and he actually never wears the same outfit more than once. So, you're gonna need 5 Armani suits. Now, it'll only cost you, $90,000, but hey, you want to be a good speaker, don't you? I mean, it's not like you can ever win Best Speaker ribbons, wearing jeans. The next point I want to illustrate is the creep and pause method. Creep and pause. I will demonstrate this awesomeness by reciting a nursery rhyme that we're all familiar with, Old MacDonald. But I will do it so in proper Zack Masterful style. How many of you know what a farm is? Raise your hand if you know a farm. Okay, good, put your hands down. So, many of y'all don't know that Old MacDonald actually had a farm. E-I. Oh. And you're probably wondering, wasn't that a bit excessive? I mean, you could have just recited the nursery rhyme like any other person. No. If you don't creep up on people in such a way as this, they will not feel awkward. And if people don't feel awkward, you won't get your point across. Okay? And in addition, if you don't raise your voice to be as loud as possible, certain phrases, how will people ever understand what you're talking about? I mean, it's not like you can just speak in a nice, calm manner, face to face, so that people will listen to you. No, you have to do it like the all-notorious Toastmaster Zack would. So before I go, I'd like to leave you all with this final thought. Where are you from? What's your ethnicity? Some of us are Hispanic. And some of us are all Zack masterful. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica, for your entertaining speech. Please fill out your feedback slips at this time for
What? Is he burned?
Huh? Oh, he was burning hot.
Let's see it though.
You don't know how to talk.
Muy caliente.
Take these off. Oh.
Alright, here's your last fun fact of the day. About 10,000 people were paid to watch the first Olympics. I guess everything needs publicity, right? Alright, so Connor, were all of the speeches and comments?
They were.
Awesome, so please take this time to vote for your first and your second favorite team. So the next portion of our meeting is table topics. Please welcome Topicsmaster and Mike you up to the stage.
Okay.
Who's here is a fan of sports, just watching sports? And who's here likes winter stuff? You don't like winter? No one likes winter? Just combine them and you get the Winter Olympics. So this year, the Winter Olympics are held in Pyeongchang, Korea. And they were from the 2nd to 25th. So obviously the theme for today will be the Winter Olympics, because last week we did the Valentine's Day. So it's the last time we can do this for the next 2 years. So one of the things that good thing about table topics is it prepares you for impromptu speaking. So just in case you get called in for a job interview or even a phone interview, they'll ask you questions that you don't know the answer to, like right away. So you have to think of that, and while they're waiting for you, people are staring at you, your interviewer's staring at you, or they're just waiting to listen for your answer. And that's when most people get nervous. So this is a good way to improve your impromptu speaking. So I try to start things off for table topics. I start off with an easy question. I try to get it harder and harder. So my first question about the Winter Olympics is, what's your favorite sport to watch? So Ryan, why don't you come up here?
All right. So my favorite sport has always been speed skating. I'm not big into the Winter Olympics, so I don't watch too many Olympic sports, but the few memories I do have of Pippala skating it's a cool name, first of all. Second of all, it's fun to watch. It's just fast paced. He's really an assiduous person. Yeah, it's just really fast paced, and America does well in it. Otherwise, what is Norway winning? So I want to see Norway win. I want to see America win. Make American Olympics great again. But at the biathlon is really cool. Where they ski and they shoot, but nothing tops speed skating because it's my favorite. But my second favorite would have to be the one where the slalom. Is it the slaloms? Yeah, where they skate around. I don't know. It's all different kinds of skating. So it's fast paced. They all look the same, to be honest. This is why I don't like Olympics. They're all so good that it's just like I could never do it. And I just like picking apart the tiny details. So, but anyways, my favorite is speed skating. So.
I also forgot to mention that these timings are different from speeches. So if you're supposed to talk for at least a minute, which you did, obviously. I'm not calling you out. But if you're not sure what the time is, you can always look at the timer. He's in the front row. He'll hold up a green when you spoke for at least a minute. But it's okay, even if you don't. We have a 30-second time leeway. So if you speak 30 seconds, that's still okay. So moving on to our second question. We have a lot of sports in the Olympics. We have the 100 meter, we